Import Adobe Illustrator files into Cinema 4D with a single click. After Effects gets real-time fluid simulation, and someone vibe-coded a way to sculpt in Blender using their bare hands. It's Motion Mondays. Let's get into it. If you ever wished you could get the texturing power of Substance Painter inside a simple web browser tab, well, Mixos is kind of exactly that. It's a new web GPU powered app that lets you paint 4K PBR textures on 3D meshes without downloading any software. The suite is split into 3 parts. It has Studio for direct painting, Strata for mixing tileable materials, and Fresco, which uses text prompts to automatically generate textures and project them onto your models. It's free to load models and save your projects, but you'll have to deal with a watermark on exports until you upgrade to a paid tier. Now it's time for a quick School of Motion update. First off, we got our brand new Unreal Engine for Broadcast Design course. It's officially live in the All Access library. It's taught by Jonathan Wimbush, who you know always knows what's up. And if you want to dive into Blender, we actually have 2 courses coming up. We got Product Visualization in Blender with Nick Imson and the Grease Pencil Field Guide taught by Elijah Sheffield. Elijah is also hosting our next live workshop on July 16th, where he will walk through his project files and maybe even eat a little bit of cereal live on stream. That'll be exciting. Our next monthly student office hours will happen on July 22nd. And if you are going to SIGGRAPH in LA, we are actually partnering with Maxon for a meetup on Monday, July 20th from 8 to 10 p.m. at Tom's Watch Bar. I'm going to be there hanging out, so it'd be great to see you there. The link for everything will be in the description if you want to go and sign up. Notch just gave live event artists the ability to run basically any AI image model inside a real-time viewport. The 2026.2 update introduces support for the Open Onyx format, which means you can import external open source AI models for tasks like face tracking, depth estimation, or background keying without waiting for a software update. They have also added native Gaussian splat integration, so instead of just displaying static scans, you can now light them, catch reflections, and cast shadows directly onto other 3D geometry. If you dabble in a little bit of code writing, you can now create custom ALSL shaders to build your own particle effectors or deformers. So if you do any kind of live interactive visual work, you should definitely go and check out Notch. If your Illustrator to Cinema 4D workflow still involves exporting an AI file, importing it, and spending about 20 minutes cleaning it up, Pushr is here to save your sanity. This new app acts like a direct link between the 2 programs. First, you select your vector artwork in Illustrator, click Push, and it appears in your active Cinema 4D scene. The geometry remains clean, strokes automatically build into sweep objects, and text layers stay completely editable. It also builds standard and redshift materials based on your Illustrator swatches. The plugin costs $69, but it's currently on sale for just under $52 until July 25th. You can find a link to that in the description below. After Effects has always been a compositing app where you had to fake volumetric simulations, but Plumebus turns it into a timeline where you can actually simulate 3D smoke and fire on the GPU in real time right in your comp. It uses a fluid solver to generate simulations directly inside the timeline so you can emit smoke or fire from text, shapes, 3D layers, or track nulls, and configure collisions with your geometry. It also reads your native After Effects cameras and lights for realistic integration. The standard tier costs $99 for a year for the core smoke engine, while the $349 Pro tier adds fire explosions and a high-end path trace renderer. Now it's time to look at some cool work from around the interweb, starting with a massive FIFA World Cup broadcast package from Drive Studio in Nashville. Now, even though the US team was sent packing early, the graphics package they built for Fox Sports is gorgeous. They designed detailed virtual studio sets, tracked elements, and built custom text animations for each participating nation that looks incredible, and each one really fits with the vibe of each country. You can check out all the different countries over at their website. Next up, Vitor Teixeira from Not Real built a tactile personal short called Unfurl. It's a soft, dreamlike piece focused on blooming flowers and folding cloth, but the project is actually an experiment in using generative AI deliberately. Vitor used Cinema 4D renders and photographs as structured guides for the AI, keeping the machine learning layers under tight control instead of just letting them produce a bunch of random noise. So it's really a great example of using AI authentically while maintaining the artist's taste and style. Finally, Australian motion designer Josh Edwards just posted up a new reel. They've worked with some little-known studios like Buck, Ordinary Folk, and Oddfellows, and this is actually their first reel in 13 years. It's a MoGraph's greatest hit showcase spanning styles like cell animation, stop motion, and super clean 3D character work. Links to all this incredible work will be in the description below, and if you want your work to be featured in the next Motion Mondays, be sure to drop a link, put your work in the comments, because we all want to see what you've been working on. Now, we all know the pain of a client asking for a color change after you've already built like a 200 layer composition. Well, Color Swapper is a free After Effects utility that keeps those type of client requests at bay. It scans your active composition, identifies every color in use, and lets you swap them instantly. The plugin works across shapes, text, solids, effect parameters, and even nested pre-comps and keyframed values. It's completely free, though it is currently Windows only and requires After Effects CC 2019 or newer, which I hope you would have by now. Links in the description. A new free retopology tool called AutoRemesher has just hit its version 1.0 release after 5 years of quiet development. Developed by Jeremy Hu, the tool quickly converts high polygon meshes into clean quad-based topology. It runs on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux under the MIT license, which means it's completely free for commercial projects. It only exports OBJ files, so it will not preserve your textures. It also lacks manual edge flow guides, so for more complex work, you'll probably want to stick with ZBrush's ZRemesher or paid options like Cozy Blanket Pro, which is coming out soon. Now that being said, someone has already built a custom Blender bridge for it, so that'll be a nice free option for any quick mesh cleanups. Blender Studio has spent the last 20 years making beautiful open source short films, but last week they announced that they are finally taking a swing at their first big feature film. The project is called OVERGROWN, and it tells the story of a post-human world reclaimed by nature. Now, what makes this special is their mission. They're building and sharing a free open source playbook for feature production as they work, giving the community access to their layout techniques, rigging files, and pipeline tools. They are currently raising development funds through studio subscriptions, and they plan to show off the first official teaser scene in September. So if you'd like to support the project, you can donate using the link in the description below. Now onto our student of the week, who is Ava Bortolozzo. She is a motion designer and animator based in Melbourne, and she just finished Demo Reel Dash with a reel she'd been trying to piece together for years. So in her student showcase post, she shared how she struggled to combine her short film work with her motion design work. The class really pushed her to look at a reel from a new angle, and the structured feedback helped her make tough editing decisions. Now you can see the results pretty much speak for themselves. Pacing is fantastic, the transitions are incredibly smooth, and that ending has a killer buildup. Congrats on the feature, Ava. School Motion All Access member Devanshu Tak recently shared a massive searchable directory of over 1,300 free and paid 3D resources. It organizes asset libraries, HDRIs, models, tutorials, and pipeline utilities into a filterable list. So if you use Blender, it actually lists over 140 plugins and add-ons for you to explore. So you can find the link in the description, so you can go ahead and start hoarding all those Blender add-ons. YouTuber Bad Normals just vibe coded a custom gesture tracking script that lets you sculpt 3D meshes in Blender using nothing but a webcam and your bare hands. Instead of navigating with a mouse or a stylus, he used Google's Media Pipe tracking library to map hand signals to actions inside the viewport. A closed fist lets you rotate and pan the camera, an open hand moves the cursor around, and a pinch gesture sculpts the geometry. Now, he openly admitted that he used Claude to write the scripting while he focused more on the system layout. It might not replace your Wacom tablet, but it's an awesome demonstration of how AI-assisted programming lets non-developers quickly build custom pipeline tools. You can find the repository link in the description below. And that is it for this week's Motion Mondays. Don't forget, our Unreal Engine for Broadcast Design course is available right now in the All Access Library. And Elijah Sheffield's Grease Pencil livestream is happening this Thursday, July 16th. And if you're going to SIGGRAPH, be sure to reserve your spot for the Maxon meetup on July 20th. Hope to see you there. And if you're working on anything cool, you have a new plugin or a project, we definitely want to hear about it. So drop a comment with the link to whatever you're working on for a chance to get featured in a future Motion Monday. Can't wait to see all your work. That's it for this week. Have a great week, and I'll catch you next time.